I have this really funny story time where I went back home literally like a week ago, and every single time I go back, I would tell my parents I'm going back, obviously, because we only have two garage spaces and I'm driving back, so they need to have one of them open. And they always ask me, like, what car are you bringing? And I genuinely never understood why, because I always bring a Tesla, right? Because every time I have to go back and forth to LA, I have to bring stuff, whatever, I might have to drop stuff off, and Teslas are just easier to drive. Corvette, it's just pretty uncomfortable. I don't like driving it for 2 hours straight. So I usually drive a Tesla back and forth. And every single time I said I'm going back, they always ask, like, oh, what car are you driving? I always say Tesla. And they're like, oh, okay. But it's kind of like a disappointed okay. And last week, I actually drove my Corvette C8 back, didn't tell them. And the next morning, right, I woke up. My parents left and they came back from work, and I asked them, like, oh, how's life? Just talking. And my mom tells me that your dad was literally recording every single side and every single view of the Corvette to show his friends. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? And she told me before, because obviously they like go to work at like 9 or something, so they wake up earlier than me. And before they left, my dad was literally with his phone recording every single little detail about my Corvette, taking pictures of it so he can show his friends. This is the same dad, by the way, that never approved of me getting a Corvette C8. And he's showing his friends that, oh yeah, this is my son's car, and showing all that. And then the next day, I left, and pretty much, my parents came down to say bye to me. And my mom now was recording videos and taking pictures of the car, trying to send to my grandma. And I literally like I put the top up because it's a convertible. So I put the top up. I started the car. I was revving it. You know what I'm trying to say. I was opening up the doors, putting the windows up and down, and my mom just recording everything, taking pictures. And like she even asked me, like, do you want the video and pictures? I was like, no. She has like an iPhone like 7 or something, by the way, so the quality is probably trash. But it's just funny because also my mom was worse than my dad. She did not want me to get that car. And I think the funny part here is that literally the moment right before I got the car, my parents hated the fact that I was going to get a pretty decent car. They also did not really like my business. And now, as soon as I get the car, they're completely 180 switched. Okay. And I think that's the main thing that I've learned so far is that if you really want your loved ones or people around you or close to you to just support you, you have to show with results. So I don't blame my parents at all because obviously they're from Korea. They're very Asian. They're actually super Asian to the point where they don't understand that you can make money online. And because of that, I had to prove them that I was making online. I had to prove to them that I can do it by myself and I'm not just a fluke. I'm not a one-hit wonder. And I did. And then obviously now they're pretty supporting. They ask me about my business here and there. I still think there is a little bit of that, like, is this guy really gonna do it? Which I totally understand. But what can I tell you? Like, what am I supposed to tell her? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, all I need to do is just shut up and work. That's all I need to do. So if you guys are watching this video and you guys are trying to start a business or whatever the case may be, or trying to make it with your clothing brand or I don't know, just with anything, and you have people around you that are hating, like this is the funny part is like a lot of my clients that are in my program, they either don't tell their parents or anybody at all, so nobody knows. So like they're pretty much taking the same route that I took, or they told their parents and obviously their parents hate it. And I think a lot of brand owners or business owners especially face this a lot where their parents, their friends, their family, they either doubt them, they hate on you, or they just don't approve of what you're doing. But for me personally, I never had an issue with that because I knew that I was gonna make it. I don't like it might sound arrogant, but like I knew that I was gonna make it since I was like 5 years old. Even though I didn't know what business was, like I just knew whatever I was gonna do, I was gonna be very good at it, and I thought like that my whole life. So when I had friends or my mom or my parents or family members or other people that I know trying to doubt me or saying that, oh, like this is very hard to do, and in the back of my head, I'm like, who are you to tell me what's what's possible and what's not? And guess what? They're wrong, obviously. So For me personally, deep down inside, I always knew that I was gonna make it. So like, all the noise, everybody saying like, "Oh, can you really do it? It's really hard to do." X blah blah blah. Like all that noise that I heard in the background, especially like from my parents too, did not really give a shit. If I'm gonna be honest with you, like I genuinely just blocked it out. Like it went in one ear and out the other. Like I'm genuinely like serious. But for some of you guys, I feel you guys take criticism too hard, and you guys are very like, I wouldn't say like swayed by other people, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys do care about your parents' opinions. You do care about your friends' opinions, etc. But if they're not in a position that you want to be in, I think anybody shouldn't really listen to them. Like, why would I listen to like for example, like my logic was for my parents, like, why would I listen to you if you are broke? Like my parents are broke. Like they don't have any money. They work a regular job. They barely are making decent amount of money. I don't even know how much more I'm making than them, but obviously I'm making more. And I love my parents, but like unfortunately, because they are objectively broke, I should not listen to them, right? So like why would I listen to somebody that isn't doing something for themselves right now? So because of that concept, like for me personally, I had no issue just blocking off what my parents were telling me. For friends, I never even told any of my friends like that. Like I might have told like a couple, but that's like after I got a decent amount of sales, so they can't really say anything now. And I think the biggest part here is that a lot of you guys will have situations where people doubt you and people just pretty much say you're trash, you can't do it, this is too hard to do, you will never make it, and like all those things. And I'm here to tell you, like, that's just part of life. Like that's what happens if you choose the route of success. That's what happens if you choose the route of just doing stuff that nobody does. And there's a reason why most entrepreneurs are like the 1%, because nobody's willing to do that work.